So the day is finally here. We finally get to show off our Titanium Hardcore ATX 23-foot off-road, off-grid beast. Massive off-grid end-of-drive system.
.4-metre kitchen bench, which in a caravan is just quite unheard of.
Welcome to my office.
Massive king-size bed.
So starting up the front, we've got our DO45 hitch from Cruisemaster, because this is a 4.5 tonne van. So we've got a massive amount of payload in this thing to take whatever we want. Because we travel on the road full time, we need all the space we can get. So moving back, we've got our Boss jockey wheel. We actually took this off our last van because it was just so good. So I'm sure you've noticed the ginormous toolbox on the front of this van. It's got to be the biggest one I've ever seen mounted on a caravan before. It comes with stone deflectors on the front, and also we've got 2 gas bottles mounted in behind there, so it's nice and protected in there. So for cooking in this van, we've got full electric inside, but we've stayed with gas on the outside. So if we ever go somewhere off-grid, we don't get very good sun, we can come out, use the gas cooking outside, save the batteries for everything else. So huge gull wing doors either side, which actually work as a rain cover as well. So got my Barbie in here, got the Weber. It comes with a slide already made to suit the Weber as well. So it bolts straight into there and it's fixed in place. A drawer that goes the whole way along can be accessed from both sides, with dividers all the way through. This space here actually fits your Starlink perfectly. It slides right in there and it's safe away from everything else. And a nice big bit of storage here that was great for tables, chairs, anything you can slide straight in there. So much storage. It's got to be one of my favourite parts of this whole van, I reckon. Okay, huge tunnel boot here, goes all the way through to the other side. But this one here is something we haven't had for a long while. So this is an outdoor kitchen that slides out, made by Titanium themselves. So it gives you a nice little sink here, a table that folds out, and we've got 2-burner Dometic gas cooktop here. This is something we've been wanting for so long, and the best part about it is when you set up your awning, it's underneath. So if it rains, you're still out of the weather. So a few things you'll notice here is instead of the normal checker plate, we've gone for the X-Guard instead. So we just found it a lot easier to clean and just looks way better than the checker plate. Another thing, we've got our huge picnic table storage area. So there's storage all in behind here, and then a nice stainless table that comes down, gives you a really good area to prepare food outside, because I want to be outside, I don't want to be inside. We're out, we're camping. So this thing's been fantastic. So we've also gone for the truss chassis. So we've got a full flat floor above the wheels. So we get a heap more storage inside, and it makes the van a lot higher. So our departure angles and approach angles are really good in this van. So it comes with Method race wheels and Yokohama tyres. Don't need to touch those. That's such a great combo on this van. And one of my favourites, and I've said that a few times already, but I'll say it again, is the air suspension. So the Cruisemaster ATX suspension, no more levelling ramps. Press of a button, you can level the van either side. It's unreal. So we live in this van full time. We use internet for everything. So we do all our content creation, we homeschool the kids, and this is something that we were excited when they told us this was an option. It's from a company called Space Tech. So this is a 5-metre extendable carbon fibre pole, and you can put your Starlink at the top. And then they run internal wiring on the van. So you just plug it all in straight here, goes through the van, there's a cupboard inside that has the router in it. It's just so much easier to set it up. You don't have to run wires through the windows or anything like that. Just put the pole up, plug her in, off you go. So I can safely say that this thing has one hell of a rear end. I think you'll agree. Have a look at this. So spare wheel, we've got a really good sized wood box on the back, and you know, we like to stock up on wood. We usually have a fire just about every single night. Massive storage drawer here, and we've got dual jerry can holders either side. Finished off with our lovely McVan plates. So one thing we got on this van, and I don't think I'll ever go without it on anything else we get in the future. So we've got the reversing camera up here, and far out, that has made my life so much easier. Driving along, being able to see cars behind me when I'm overtaking, it's been really good. And the spoiler up there gives us so much more room to put more solar. So we have a whopping 1.5 kilowatts of solar on the roof, and we try to fit as much as we can. So we deleted roof hatches, TV antennas, everything to get as much up there as we can. And that's a regret that I don't have, because we can go so much further off grid with more solar. So this is the beating heart of our caravan. So our massive off-grid EnerDrive system. So this is the level 4 fridge Cymarine. So we've got two 40 amp solar controllers, one 40 amp DC to DC, and our huge 3000 watt inverter combi. So there's also our AC charger as well, and far out, this thing can crank some power in. All right, welcome to my office. So this is our Cruisemaster ATX airbag suspension. So it comes with big bore remote res shocks, and it also has hydraulic disc brakes. So the first time we've had that in the van, you can notice the difference straight away. So while we're under here, I'll also talk about how much water we've got. So we've got 3 tanks, we've got 270 litres and one 90 litre tank. And then we've also got one grey water tank as well. But we've gone with the grey water bypass in this, just because the grey water tank can get a bit smelly. So it's nice to have the bypass there, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we've gone with a Swift gas hot water system. A lot of people go on a diesel and electric these days, but this is tried and tested. They've worked for 50 years, so we decided to leave it as it was. Super happy with it. It's been working so good for us so far. This is an extra one. Because we've got the king size bed inside, we get all this extra space. So we've got a massive tunnel boot there, as well as the normal one that goes all the way through over here. Then the only other thing I wanted to show you here was on this side, you've got this massive fridge slide. So we're going to put another fridge in there, just when we go off grid in the gib, we can store a heap of meat in there. All right, that's it for me for the outside. Let's go on inside and see what the missus has got for you.
And welcome to my office. So the first thing you notice when you walk in this van is a massive king size bed. So with this layout, it does mean we've had to sacrifice the cupboard on this side, but in exchange we get 2 overhead cupboards on Tom's side, and we haven't noticed the difference in our clothes storage. Also on each side of the bed, we have a reading light which has a USB port underneath, and we also have an additional 2 USB ports on each side. On my side, in my nook, I also have a double power point. Moving on to the back, we have laptop sleeves for each of us, and I also have a drawer and a little nook on my side as well. Moving up to the ceiling, we've got 2 of our 6 Sirocco fans that we've installed in this van. We like to do a lot of off-grid living, so we won't be using the aircon very often. So it was really important that we had enough airflow to keep us cool. We've also upgraded the TV to a 32-inch smart TV, because why not? The last couple of features in this space is the overhead nook on Tom's side where we store our hats and things like that. There is a little bit of storage under the bed which we use for our quilts and things when we're not using them. And there's also 2 drawers which we use for the kids' schoolwork, so it's easy access.
So one of my favourite mods we've done so far, and you've probably heard me say that a few times, there's so many favourite things on this van, it's unbelievable, but our timber slab table that we put in. So we took the original one out, got this made up at the Timber Slab Man at Gold Coast, and I'm just in love. It's unreal.
So Something else that we changed up in this van, so standard would be a club lounge, but we really wanted to make an L lounge extend all the way to the bed with the return at the fridge side. So the reason we did that is because we wanted this to feel like a continuing space, and that was actually your idea, so good on you. But yeah, it really does just extend through, and if we're having movie nights or we're all just chilling out, it really does create that extension of a space to be able to actually live in here quite comfortably.
And it makes this whole entry area massive. So when you walk into the van, you've got this giant open space and just makes the whole van feel bigger. Other end of the lounge here, we've got a massive 6 USB points between the two sides. We've got a reading light, and we've also got 2 double power points.
In addition to that, we've got another Sirocco fan in here just to cool this space down as well.
All right, so up here we have our battery management center. So we've got all our controls for anything electrical, isolators for hot water, pumps, on-off for our inverter, our siren, which tells us how much power we're using, how much water we've got left in our tanks. And then below me, we've got where our batteries are stored. So I can't show you because it's a sealed compartment due to the new rules, but we've got a whopping 600 amps of battery power in there. And we've got area to put another 300 amp over here. So which we probably will in the future because you can never have enough battery storage.
And this is my happy space. So I have a humongous kitchen, a whopping 2.4 meter kitchen bench, which in a caravan is just quite unheard of. Something else you might notice in this kitchen is there is no oven and no cooktop. So we have gone all electric cooking in here. So we have a portable induction cooktop that lives in this drawer, and I also have a bottom drawer that is dedicated just to my air fryer and my Thermomix. Another thing that I love about this kitchen is my bin drawer. So I have a double bin drawer just down here, and it makes this whole cooking space just so easy to work with. I have everything that I need in this one space, and the kids can all chill over this side. In addition to all of this storage space, I also have another double cupboard under the sink, as well as 3 more drawers down this end. You'll also notice that we've opted for the black pack throughout our whole van. So that means black taps, black sinks, and we also have a separate filtered tap on our kitchen bench as well. Because we opted for the truss chassis, instead of having a kickboard in our kitchen, we have a little secret nook underneath that you can store your shoes, your cans, and I use it for our Tupperware and everything as well. Last thing on this side of the kitchen is our microwave and of course our coffee machine. So we cannot go anywhere without our coffee, and Tom has actually fixed this permanently to the bench top so that we can leave it there while we're traveling. Also, another part of this kitchen that I love is the strip lighting in between the cabinetry, and that actually continues all the way around the van. Moving on to this side of the caravan, we have a 224 litre Dometic compressor fridge freezer. Next to it, I have a huge double pantry. So I used to store all of our food in our overhead cupboards, and now that I have this is where most of our food storage now goes. So that frees up all of our overhead cupboards for everything else. So this is the kiddie section. So we have 3 bunks in this van. Each bunk has its own Sirocco fan, 3 USB ports, a reading light, and a little magazine sleeve at the end of their bed. So the storage at the back of the van, we have this huge cupboard that has 3 different sections in there, and the kids have 1 drawer each down the bottom for their clothes. So down to the bathroom, we have a Thetford ceramic bowl chemical toilet. I have a 3 kilo NCE washing machine, which I love because I have never had a washing machine in a caravan before. We have 2 towel racks on this side and a full length mirror over here.
All right, guys, that's it for us. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I think the kids have had enough of us filming, so.
Before you go though, make sure you like and subscribe our channel. We're traveling Australia full time. We release weekly episodes, so make sure you get behind us, support us, and we can do it for longer.
Yo. Ready, steady, go. Come on, you gotta beat him. Oh, Vince has got it. Get up.